I'm gonna be a dad. Coach Greg and Mike O'Hearn is at it again. We've seen him in the past preach not to do cardio, that it doesn't make sense, that you can put on 25 pounds of muscle into your 50s by listening to his programs. But he went out, demonstrated an ineffective exercise for the biceps, and a lot of people are gonna watch this and they're gonna copy it. And so the exercise is he's laying back on an incline, arms extended, light weights, 35 pounds, light weights for him. He's a freaking beast, an animal, and he's curling the arms towards his face, supinating and peaking at the contraction at the top.
As you finish the rep, let the elbows come with it. Bring the dumbbells right to the top of your head. Finish that squeeze.
The problem is gravity doesn't pull horizontally. It goes up and down. So if the weight's out to the side here, the dumbbell is being forced downwards here.
And then we close it all the way, pulling these 35 pounds right in there.
As the weight goes to vertical and beyond, the bicep is no longer needed to lift that weight.
Finish that peak. This is a complete and isolated bicep drill. Do not go too heavy unless you're Mike O'Hearn.
But the guy demonstrating, he's bigger than Coach Greg. He's got so much muscle, he's shredded, looks impressive, and Mike O'Hearn is a specimen himself in his 50s. Whee! And so because you're watching these two guys explain it, you're thinking, well, it must work. Look at these two specimens.
And then extend out. That's the biggest thing. You never want the elbows to drop. You extend the dumbbells out, which extends the bicep all the way.
And the explanation, it seems to make sense. It sounds good as you're listening to it. The only problem is a joke. They were joking. It's funny, ha ha ha. The problem is 50% of the people watching this do not know it's a joke. They don't know that he's trolling. The people that do, they're the ones that already know how to train and how to exercise. They look at this and they're like, oh, that's funny. How are you just explaining it all? You're going to trick all those newbies, and they don't know what to do. The thing is, the newbies are not going to know what to do. They're going to see this and try it in the gym. They don't know any better. It's not their fault. It would be like a school teacher going to kids in grade 8 and saying, hey kids, you don't need to wear a condom your first time because you can't get pregnant your first time. And then a week later, they come to school and say, oh, I was joking about that. You thought that was real. Kids watching thinking, I'm going to be a dad. Going to have to walk out on Will Tennyson, get some milk in the future. And so although it's funny for the people that are in the know, he's doing the public a disservice. What percent of the people that are going to go into the comment section and see it was a joke? About 500,000 people to this point have seen this. How many people do you think are going to scroll through the comments and say, oh, it was a joke. Oh, that's a good one. You got me. So in the end, what does this joke do? Well, it gets a couple 100,000 people to be tricked into thinking this is an effective exercise. Don't know how many are going to try it. Probably a couple hundred. And what if they get injured? What if they get hurt? Thanks, Mike O'Hearn. Thanks for that joke. It was so funny. I tore my bicep. Great. All for what? For views? For clicks? For engagement? Ha ha ha. It's not funny if somebody gets hurt. There's a saying. Oh, all's fun and games until someone loses an eye. Well, all's fun and games until someone copies your stupid exercise and tears their bicep, gets injured, hurts their shoulder. Was it worth it? Was it really worth it? This is not okay. When people demonstrate ineffective exercises that are dangerous on purpose to deceive the public and think it's funny, it's not okay. So the next time you think about making a video like this, just don't. Just lie and say you did. Oh, that was a good exercise. Imagine how funny it would be if I posted this and tricked a bunch of people into doing it. Wouldn't that have been funny? Yup, it would have been. And then don't post the video. Do you agree with me? Is it a nice thing to do to post tricky exercises, dupe the people, oh, and admit it's a joke later? And until next time, I'm out. What's the word for that? And so it's when you do something and you don't and you shouldn't have done it, I've said the word a lot. It's a disservice. And so